Hello, you're watching Hexus TV. We're here at Misco Expo 2010. I'm talking to Paula from AC Ryan. Now, forgive me, Paula, AC Ryan might not be a brand that everyone's familiar with, so what does AC Ryan do?
AC Ryan manufactures full HD media players and
okay,
recorders.
of which we have one here.
Of which we have
is this
one here.
Is this one of your latest efforts?
This is our latest baby.
Okay.
This one's recently launched in the UK. This is a full HD media player and digital video recorder, DVB-T tuner, and you can access it via the web.
Okay.
So you forget to record something, you're on the other side of the world, you just log into your ISP, access the program guide and record, and then once it's finished recording you can stream it back to wherever you are.
Okay, that's quite cool. So just to recap, so it's got DVB-T tuner, so that means I can get Freeview.
Yeah. So this basically would replace your Freeview box in the UK.
So replace my and also allow me to record.
Yep, record.
Does it have storage in it?
Yeah. This one comes pre-assembled up to 2 terabytes of internal storage, and you can actually, because it's a dual tuner, you can record one program and watch another one.
And I can network it with my PC, so I can stream sort of YouTube or whatever from my PC.
Yeah, wired or wirelessly.
Okay, and mentioning YouTube, actually, that brings me on to this particular space. There have been these sorts of products around for a little while, and I've got to admit personally, despite the fact that I'm a Hexus journalist, I'm not the most techie person, and the thought of having to sort of configure this with my PC and sort of stick wire, I get a bit scared, and I haven't even bothered, to be quite honest. But one thing that's making me more tempted is I'm doing a lot of writing as a business journalist about things like Google TV, Apple TV. They're bringing a hell of a lot of publicity to this whole space. So first of all, I'm curious to know, once these really big players get into it, doesn't that make smaller players like you guys, doesn't that sort of push you to the side? Isn't that a big competitive threat to you?
Not at all. Actually, the likes of Apple getting involved in this space for us is fantastic, because they do draw a lot of attention, and there is an education process that needs to go on as to actually how people can engage with their media content, and how easy a media player is. And the brilliance of Apple is they bring all the attention, but the actual product that they have, it's not actually full HD, it's only 1080i, it's not 1080p, which ours is. The file format support is limited, which tends to be a bit of an Apple thing. Limited and locked.
I like you to do it the Apple way.
Thanks, Steve. Basically, you know,
and I, from what I've written about Apple TV, I don't know if we've got it over here or not. Anyway, it's primarily for sort of streaming video on demand content that you get from the Apple. So that's different. You've got access to conventional programming here, and networking with you. So I get the impression, correct me if I'm wrong, that the two products don't necessarily directly overlap, even though they're in the same sort of broad space.
Not at all. And it doesn't come with an internal hard drive. And it has very limited amount of video on demand. And video on demand is something, a space that a lot of media player companies are moving into, and one that we absolutely are as well. But basically, I mean, we're the #1 selling media player brand in the Netherlands. And the markets that we've recently launched into, which is the UK, Germany, France, and Scandinavia.
So you're a relatively recent launch over here. So I can be forgiven for not being that familiar with it.
You can be forgiven.
Okay.
I'll let you go next time.
Next time I better be clued up.
But yeah, I mean, the file format support, audio and video, anything you throw at this box, it will play.
Okay, and it's pretty easy to set up as well, is it?
Very easy, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, as a company, we have all our resources behind media players and recorders, so 100% dedication to it. So we're very good on the software side and making this very, very easy to use. We understand people don't have time to read manuals or inclination, exactly. So you literally just plug it into your TV, HDMI cable, power, AV in, AV out, power, and you're ready to go. Follow the setup menu.
I've got one last question before we finish. So all this publicity that people like Google and Apple are bringing to this space, a lot of it's to do with just not conventional programming. We're used to just switching on the telly, 7:30, Coronation Street, monging out at it till we go to bed. Whereas now we're expected to sort of be selecting YouTube clips and buying video on demand and streaming stuff from our PC. Do you think that's how people are going to be using TV in future? Not just the model we got used to, but a more interactive on-demand type of thing?
I think a more interactive on-demand type thing is definitely the way that we're going, particularly with the younger generations.
Right. I'm already a fuddy-duddy, I think.
Google TV, there's a lot of hype around it at the moment. I still question whether people want to use their TV as a PC.
Yep.
I'm, maybe call me old school, but I am a believer. You sit down in front of your television, and the most thought you want to put into it is actually moving your thumb and flicking around.
Yeah.
And I think if technology can get to a point where it actually is doing the thinking for you, and that's where the interactivity is coming from, and that kind of more behaviourally targeted
and sort of
content.
suggesting stuff.
Exactly. Brilliant. But sitting in front of the TV and using it in a similar manner to a PC at the moment, I think
that's not the sort of monging out experience that some people want.
It kind of defeats the purpose of sitting on your lounge and watching TV.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, thanks a lot, Paula.
Thank you.
So I was talking to Paula from AC Ryan. You've been watching Hexus TV.